Can everyone see my screen? Yeah, okay.
Yes, Zarine.
So this is like a new, this isn't a new catalog, but this is an old one, but we're gonna go through this, where this is something that you can either have printed out and carry with you if you're going to someone to meet with someone, or you can get like those simple one-pagers that they have. So this basically just goes over how effective doTERRA's essential oils are, where when we talk about in everyone's Indian homes, they have different herbs, spices, things that we keep in our home. However, what we need to realize is that essential oils can be so much more powerful, where when we talk about numbers, essential oils are 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs themselves. So this is where one drop can go such a long way. Where when we talk about peppermint, we all sometimes have peppermint tea to sometimes help soothe like an upset stomach or to help with digestive system. This is where one drop of peppermint oil is equal to drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. So what you can always do is like if you have a glass jar, like so for here, I have ice water and I put in MetaPower and a squeeze of lemon in here. So this is where you can put in a drop of the essential oil. Always make sure you're putting in glass or stainless steel. You want to make sure that you're using the right type of container when you're using these essential oils. You don't want to be adding them to plastic bottles. Then let's understand why doTERRA's essential oils are superior quality. When we talk about essential oils, Vicky here is a harvester since he's going to be taking time off as well too, but this is where these plants are grown and harvested in their ideal region. So for example, ginger, turmeric, spearmint, some of the peppermint, those are all grown in India. Why? Because that's where their therapeutic properties are most valuable. So that's where doTERRA looks for the therapeutic property over sometimes even the aromatics. So even though something may smell better, if the therapeutic property isn't there, that's not where they're going to be harvesting it from. Then they do extensive third-party testing. So if you look on the bottom of every bottle, there's a batch number. This is where you can go to sourcetoyou.com and take a look at all the testing that goes into there to make sure there isn't any fillers, chemicals, adulteration, to make sure that each of these essential oils are actually 100% pure, because the essential oil industry is not regulated at all. This is where anyone can write 100% pure on their essential oil bottle, and it actually has other chemicals or synthetics in it, where the industry only requires 5% of the actual essential oil in a bottle for them to even label it as 100% pure. And that's scary. So that's where education and awareness is very important as to why choosing doTERRA. Then the last one is the safety. So it goes beyond organic. So this is where if something says it's organic, it usually has a stamp on it, whereas doTERRA goes way past that. They make sure, again, from sourcetoyou.com, there's free of fillers, free of foreign contaminants, free of adulteration. And that's where that certified pure tested grade is so important, where each of those bottles has that on there, where that's a registered trademark that doTERRA has, but that's what it means, is that that is a true and trusted source of essential oil. Then let's talk about the 3 different ways to use the essential oil. We have aromatic, so breathing in an essential oil. So either breathing it in directly, so either opening up the bottle, holding it on your nose and breathing it in that way. Putting it into a diffuser. You can put it into the palm of your hand, cup your hands, breathe it in that way and take a couple deep breaths, or put it onto your chest, lift up your shirt, and then take a couple deep breaths that way. That way, you're using 2 different types of applications. So as soon as you do topical, you're already breathing it in, as well as it's being absorbed in through your skin. So your skin is your largest organ. A couple different ways to apply it is if you're looking to focus on a specific area. So for example, your digestive system. You can then apply it directly onto your belly, your stomach, your intestinal region. If you're looking to focus on lower back, you can do your lower back area. If you're wanting to use it for your liver, for detoxification, apply it over your liver. If you're looking for your throat, on your throat or your chest. Alternatively, you can always apply it onto the bottom of your feet. So with the bottom of your feet, there are going to be different reflex points on your hands and your feet. So you can go off of those, or you can apply it across the whole bottom of the foot, where the bottom of the foot is the least sensitive part of your body. So if you're sensitive to any oils or any carrier oils, bottom of the feet is the best option, as well as it absorbs the fastest because the pores are the largest. So that's a great way to use these oils. Then the other way to use the oils is internal. So when we talk about essential oils, again, we talked about CPTG, purity, extensive testing. When we're using an essential oil internally, you're ensuring that it is safe for you. And that's where doTERRA's essential oils, it'll list on the bottle itself, add 1 drop into 4 fluid ounces. If it's in India, it'll have the dot on it for vegetarian, vegan, to ensure that it is safe for internal ingestion. And that's where, for one of the things in India, India has to, because of the regulations, they have to either put it as a food grade essential oil or put it as a topical and aromatic essential oil. They can't combine them. Canada is the same way. The US, however, can have all 3 markings on the same bottle. So it can be used aromatic, topical, internal. One thing just to remember is that if someone buys one of the larger size bottles, like for example, the Digestion, and they maybe purchase a 15 ml of the Digestion, but it doesn't have the internal ingestion or the Indian green dot on it, you still can ingest that, because doTERRA is not going to be making different essential oils for ingestion versus the topical and aromatic application. The inside quality and product in the bottle is exactly the same. Just remember to check that that bottle is also available for ingestion. For example, Deep Blue Rub, not available for internal ingestion. So that's where it has that safety cap on it. So that's where, even though the bottle doesn't say internal, make sure you do not internally ingest it. So again, always do your research. If you have any questions, ask the person that has invited you to this class, or ask the person that is enrolling you. Or we have our WhatsApp groups, we have our Facebook groups. No question is stupid. Ask any question that you have, because we've all started from the beginning at some point in time. So please don't be afraid to ask any questions. And again, at the end of the class, we'll open it up for questions as well, so that you can ask, or you can put it in the chat box at any time. And this is where this picture just depicts that essential oils, doTERRA's essential oils, are safe for all ages, starting from newborns all the way up to senior citizens and super senior citizens. So this is where using them correctly and diluting them and ensuring safety, you're able to use them for all different ages. So this is where now we're able to see some digestive support. This is one of my favorites and one of my family favorites. I would say all Indian homes should have this essential oil Digestion as a staple in their home. This is where the Digestion has a blend of ginger, peppermint, caraway, coriander, anise, tarragon, and fennel. So typically in Indian homes, after you've maybe had a heavier lunch or you've gone out, they'll give you like a digestive to chew on. This is even better than that, because remember at the beginning we learned essential oils are 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs and spices. So this is where 1 drop either on the bottom of your tongue, 1 drop onto your belly button, rubbed across your belly area, that's where it's so soothing. And this is where you're able to see the testimonial again, where for years, Digestion has helped me and my children maintain healthy digestion. Research shows the stomach and intestines are the second brain. That's so true. The gut is our second brain. which is why this unique combination of oils brings Zen to your heart and your mind. That's so powerful. And that's where, how many of you have used Digest Zen? Just even show a raise of hands if you've used Digest Zen and seen the power of it. Then the next one. So this one, thanks for sharing, everyone. The next one is Healthy Weight. So this is a slightly older oil where Slim and Sassy has actually been reformulated to be now Meta Power. So it's even better. So this is where the Meta Power blend promotes a healthy metabolism. It helps manage hunger cravings, and it's also helping with calming the stomach, where this is where I have Meta Power in my water. So for example, right now I'm doing a fasting with intermittent fasting, where this is great, where you can add essential oils into your water where it won't be breaking your fast, as well as it's a great one to be able to use as a support throughout the day. So this is a great one. For example, if you're fasting, you're having any hunger cravings or any sugar cravings, this is a good one to have. Meta Power is also a great one for fertility, for women's hormones, health and hormones. It's a great support to be having all the time around. For example, if someone in your family has diabetes, this is a great one to help, again, support a healthy metabolism, helping. Research has shown that it is able to help support stabilize blood sugar levels when it's internally ingested before and after meals. And another testimonial. This is where looking my best is important to me. So I chose to be consistent with using Slim and Sassy for the last 3 months. Now I look and feel incredible. And this is where, again, you don't have to even internally ingest the oil. This is a great one where you can topically apply it. So on any areas, if you dry brush, a great one to add a couple drops onto the dry brush itself, and then brush it onto your skin and use that towards your heart. For lymphatic drainage, this is also a great one. In your bath water, in Epsom salts, this is a great one as well too. So it's such a beautiful blend. And again, right now it's Meta Power. Then simple exercise and a healthy weight. This is the Deep Blue Rub for anyone that works out, for anyone that does any of the ballroom dancing classes at Max's Cafe. This is a great one to be having. Yoga, working out, exercise, standing on your feet all day, working in the fields, working at the farms. This is a great one to be having to either apply before you go out or after you're done, where this is where it provides a comforting support to problem areas with natural warming and cooling sensations. So for example, if someone applies it and they're not feeling the warming or the cooling sensation, what I recommend is that they apply it or massage it in a little bit longer. So sometimes everyone's skin is a little bit different. Everyone's penetration, performance is also different. So this is where, if you're not getting that tingling sensation or you're not getting that warming or cooling sensation, just spend a couple minutes just massaging it in a little bit deeper. And this is, again, another testimonial. Deep Blue is my best friend. I use Deep Blue in my massage to help with recovery after workouts. And this is from Tim Hightower. So he's an NFL running back. So for any of you that do follow NFL football, not the soccer, not the football, this is American football. So this is where athletes use this all the time for amazing performance. Then now sleep. So just understanding sleep. So this is where Serenity is an amazing support, where it promotes deep relaxation and restful sleep, where it has oils already blended into it like lavender, cedarwood, vetiver, wood. This is an amazing blend where you can spray it onto your pillows. You can add a drop onto your pillow. You can massage it onto your ears, like outside your ears. Pinching your ears and kind of massaging your ears is a great way to also promote sleep. So using your Serenity and kind of using it around the ear cartilage area and your ear lobes is a great option to use that. So this is where Aleph Keter says, I love using lavender on my pillow. It reminds me of home and helps put me to sleep. And this is where doTERRA has just recently revamped the whole sleep collection So there are going to be new areas in the sleep collection to promote better sleep, because automatically everything plays a role. We have our gut, our digestive system. We talked about digestion. Then we talk about metapower for metabolism. We want movement, deep blue. We want good sleep, serenity. This is where you're able to use each of these oils in all different areas of your life. And you can always start with even one oil to kind of give you an idea as to the power of the essential oil, and then add on other oils as you see fit, right? You don't have to start with everyone at the same time. You can start with one and then move on with the next. The next one is self-care. So this is a great one where aroma touch is a great one for hand massages. It's a great one to be adding into a bath. It's a great one for anyone that is wanting to receive an aroma touch massage. So for anyone that is in India, our team is now growing and expanding. We have so many more new aroma touch certified therapists. So we have one in Pune. Malika is there in Pune at Happiness Inc. I am here in Gujarat side, Vapi, Daman side. Ritu might eventually get certified for Bangalore. So there are so many different opportunities where the certification is for the body technique. Then, for example, if you're wanting to do the hand technique, that is something that we can share the video with so that you can learn and do this to your elders, do this for kids, do this for yourself as well too. Where, for example, here we see the testimonial by Natalie. As a mom of 7 spirited children, it's easy to feel depleted. At the end of a long day, I just put a few drops of the Aroma Touch oil on my neck and shoulders to relax before bed. So some call it a massage in a bottle. And this is where we've seen so many testimonials with Aroma Touch. For example, Marok, if you're available at the end, go ahead and give your testimony, or go ahead now if you have time to unmute yourself, give yourself the testimonial of how you used Aroma Touch for your ankle and what the results were that you saw. Go ahead, Maro.
Yeah, basically my ankle, I think, was sprained or something, and for many days I was using deep blue, but the swelling was not coming down. There was hardly any pain. Then Zarine told me to use Aroma Touch and grapefruit. And the next day morning, almost the swelling was gone, but it did come back, but it's much lesser than what it used to be.
And that's where she still needs to go and get an x-ray. It's been 50
I did it
days.
yesterday. I did it,
okay.
but I don't think anything is there. I'll get the complete report today. But the X-ray person who took it, he said, doesn't look like anything is there.
Okay. Okay.
So let's see.
But that's where, so essential oils can be so powerful, where when you're using the right essential oil, you're able to get the results. And that's where, for example, you have to use the 80-20 rule for everything, right? So Marok had started with deep blue rub, but that wasn't the right essential oil for that situation. And as soon as she used the right one, she got better results. And that's where, for example, use the guidance of any of us here. We're all here to support you, answer any questions. There are so many groups, because what one person may use may not work for another person. Again, the 80% rule. So 80% of the time it will work. 20%, everybody is different. Everyone is different. That's where find what works for you, because you are the healer of your body and yourself. Then the next one, On Guard. This is an absolute must-have in every home. This is the first essential oil that I fell in love with doTERRA, where this is a mom's best friend. So this is where it has clove. That's probably one of the first essential oils, or one of the first aromas that you'll smell from it, where clove is a great one, where it has wild orange in it. It has some rosemary. It has all those beautiful warming herbs that we have to help support our immune system. So any dry, scratchy throats that you might have, this is a great soothing one for that, where you can add it in with a little bit of coconut oil and take it internally if you'd like, for soothing the sore throat. If you are wanting to gargle with it, you can add it with a little bit of salt and water and turmeric as well, and do some warm water gargles. This is a great one for, again, boosting the immune system and protecting against those environmental threats. Then now some green cleaning. So this is where, again, when you get started with these essential oils, you are not just going to be left with the oils. We're going to be guiding you through the steps as to how to start using the essential oils that you've purchased, as well as put you into a 12-week education program where you learn about all these essential oils, where we will provide you with so many DIY recipes and so many other options and learning alternatives for you to be able to support yourself and your families in the best way possible. Then this is a blend that I am hoping is going to be launched at convention in India, the In Tune blend. This is a great one where for children, it is a beautiful one where it helps with focus and clarity, where this is where Dr. Daniel Daniels mentions, as a professional in the mental health field, I have seen the In Tune blend help so many children with focus and attention in school. Even the teachers report the noticeable change in behavior and ask them what they are doing differently. As a doctoral student as well, I apply this oil every time I sit down to do homework, and it clears my mind, increases my concentration, and helps me get my assignments done. And this is where, for example, here, we're talking about children. There are so many adults as well that are having ADHD, that are having ADD. This is a great support for that, where they can use this to help with that sustaining sense of focus as well as clarity. So again, rubbing it onto the temples, behind the ears, onto the wrist points. These are all great locations where you can use these oils. And this is a blend that comes as a roller bottle. So when it comes as a roller bottle, it has a roller bottle on the top and it's already diluted and ready to use. Then our past tense. So this is also already available in India.
I want to share a In Tune.
Yes, go ahead.
So, do you remember that 2 months ago you sent me one In Tune bottle?
Yes.
So I shared that bottle to one of my amazing clients. She's in Chandigarh. Her son is on and off on the ADHD. So I told him, and he fidgets a lot. So I told him to apply a little on the center, rub it properly, and do only this, because he's having writing issues. He doesn't want to write at all. He don't want to hold the pencil. So he did 100 times in a day. He did in front of me as well in video calls. And within 2 months, now he's able to write. So
Wow.
you can add this as well, like in this In Tune testimonial. I know she's not ready to and give me testimonial because of social limitations and all. But she shared and she's so happy using In Tune.
I'm so glad. That's the thing, is like the power of these oils. We never know who we can help. Even just sharing one essential oil with someone can support their health, can make their life easier and better. And that's where it's so important to keep sharing these oils, right? By you using them yourself, you're knowing how powerful they are, and you're able to easily share them with others so that they're also able to see the benefits.
Yeah.
So the past tense, this is a great one, again, for adults. This is one where you can apply onto your neck, shoulders, where, for example, if you're sitting near a computer screen, you are always looking at a screen, or you're hunched over, you're always at a desk, or even if you're standing up and having a lot of tension or carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders. This is a great one for emotional support as well, too. So to help reduce feelings of tension, as well as reducing stress and anxiousness. So this again is a roller bottle, perfect to be able to use temples, back of the neck, rub it across your shoulders, onto your wrists. And that's where, for any of these oils, for example, if you say, okay, I want to use deep blue, and I also want to use past tense, you can layer these essential oils to get the benefits of both of them. So that's where you're able to layer as well different oils, where you don't have to just use one oil at a time. You can use a layering effect to amplify the effects as well too. Then cellular support. So we are going to be launching the Lifelong Vitality Pack in some time coming into India. But for those of you that might not be in India, the Lifelong Vitality Pack and frankincense are amazing supports for energy, vitality, stamina. This is a great one where they use whole food, plant-based supplementation to be able to get all of those food and nutrients into your bodies, because with the diets that we have today, as well as even if we're using a whole food plant-based diet, the nutritional density that we're getting in our food today is much less than what we were getting 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, because the soil has changed, everything has changed, crops have changed. And that's where having some type of supplementation and the right supplementation for your body is important. So why are we using these essential oils? They allow us to feel great from the inside out. So that's where it's so important. And again, it can be used for all ages. We've heard how each of these oils can be used. And that's where, when we talk about our life cycle, we're coming back to pregnancy, babies. Lifelong Vitality can be used throughout pregnancy to support. Other oils that can be used in your birth bag as well as throughout your birth or throughout the pregnancy. Wild orange and the doTERRA Balance Essential Oil. If you haven't used Balance, this is a great one. Malika also has an amazing testimonial for how she's used Balance and how it supported her throughout all different areas of life. And that's where Balance promotes a whole body sense of relaxation and tranquility. And that's where anyone that is wanting to have a grounded feeling, Balance is the essential oil for you. Then let's talk about women's health. We have the Clary Calm blend. So this is again a roller bottle. For example, if you have your menstrual cycle, your period, this is a great one to help release some of the discomfort that you might be feeling. You can use it throughout the whole month as well too. So for example, if you feel your ovulation pain mid-cycle, you can use it at that time. You can use Clary Calm at all times, and especially throughout your menstruation as well too. So this is a great support. This is an oil blend that is also an adaptogenic. So for example, clary sage is the main ingredient in this oil. This is where you can use it from your teens all the way up, and you can also use it as you're starting to go through menopause. So for example, if you're getting hot flashes, you're facing mood swings, you're facing hormonal changes, if you're going to be using it for menopause, you would be using it onto your temples and on your wrist points instead of using it across your abdomen. So this is where there's so many different ways that you can use each of these oils. Then we have seasonal support. So we have the TerraShield. So in India, we don't have the TerraShield spray yet, but you can buy a spray bottle and add in the essential oil and add in either some water, a carrier oil, however you wish, and make it into a spray. Because the TerraShield oil, especially with like the weather changing again, kind of getting a little cooler, still getting a little hot, little rains, mosquitoes, flies, they're out everywhere. So this is where right now, dengue season is like high swing. I know there's a lot of people that are kind of being down with it. This is a great one where using the TerraShield blend, the Purify blend, those are both great supports throughout the year, as well as you see that it has eucalyptus. If you haven't seen, India is, I'm not sure if it's for all markets, but eucalyptus is being discontinued, which is so sad because it is one of my favorite essential oils. I'm hoping that they're going to be either coming back out with it or at least still be available in other markets, but eucalyptus is available in India while supplies last. So if this is an oil that you use regularly, please grab a couple bottles and stock up because it's so important and it's such a beautiful oil. And then enjoying the outdoors. So this is something that we all love to do together, lemon, lavender, and peppermint. This is the trio where if you're not sure which oils to start with, start with this trio. doTERRA sells this as a trio, which comes in a nice box as well too, where you can buy this either as a 5 ml or you can buy them as 15 ml and also get the On Guard and the Breathe blend, where lemon, lavender, and peppermint, you can use them individually, or you can combine them into so many different options. So if you do start with this kit, message your enroller, ask them for the PDF for 101 ways to use these 3 oils, because there's so many more that you probably haven't even thought of as to using how these oils can be used. And then now some fun in the sun. Everyone loves a little outdoor time. This is another way using lavender oil where you can use it to help kind of soothe any of the redness, anything in the skin. And this is where you can also, again, use peppermint to kind of cool you down and mist that onto your body, either while you're outdoors or when you come back in from a hot day in the sun. Traveling. So as we continue to travel, as we continue to kind of go on like weekend excursions even, or even short drives in the car, this is where if anyone is facing children or adults that might be facing like kind of car sickness, these are a great one to have. And what you can do is peppermint, On Guard, digestion. For example, if you don't do diffusers or if you don't hang like those car ornaments in your car and you want to have a fresh smell, what you can do is get a cotton ball, put a couple drops of peppermint, and just put it in the vent as like you have your AC going, so that way as the blower is going, it's blowing out the essential oil as well. And that's where you can use those cotton balls, you can use lava beads, you can use any of like the foam beads, anything that absorbs and holds the aroma, and that way it kind of goes around the whole vehicle. And that's where for drivers, peppermint is a great one, where it's invigorating, it's a boost of energy, it keeps them awake as well too, so it's a great support. So this is where, again, thinking outside of the box. Truck drivers in India are so overworked. You see how many accidents a year where they're falling asleep at the wheel. Peppermint oil is a great one for them to be keeping in their vehicles, whether it's a small sample size or something that you can offer them. This is a great support. And this is where it's so important for us to basically support anyone and everyone. You never know who can benefit from these oils. Then we talk about energy support, the Mito 2 Max, again, available in most of the other markets, where you can use this to support cellular energy production, aerobic capacity, as well as stamina. And that's where you have your wild orange and your peppermint again for that afternoon pick-me-up. So now kind of just understanding how your life can change with these essential oils. There are so many possibilities that are available to you by using doTERRA solutions and living your life just in a healthy, simple way. And that's where one drop goes a long way. So our goal here today is to empower each of you to start using these essential oils in your home and to start sharing them with your loved ones and anyone that you feel can use these to change their life and their health going forward. So what we're going to do is, if anyone wants to unmute themselves, we'll open it up to question and answer time. If you want to either connect back with the person that has enrolled or that has either enrolled you, if you're already using oils, or kind of connect back to the person that invited you to this class, they will help set you up with a wellness consultation to go in further as to what your essential oils should be that you should be starting with. So which ones you want to start with, which ones are going to be the most common ones that you're going to want to start with and start your journey with. So take a look through and let us know if you have any questions. So feel free to unmute yourselves and we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you so much, Vicky.